This fight is going to be a little tricky for you. Certain mechanics will prevent damage entirely during one attack, but then in massive amounts during the next. So yell at your tanks if they're not calling stuff out, because there are times when you'll need to be healing like a madman. Listen up. The boss is going to run to one of 4 corners. You'll find out which corner the very first time you pull. So when I did this encounter, all the DPS and healers stacked to the left of the boss, right there. I assume you'll be in contact with the tanks via Ventrilo, so the movement kind of depends on what happens when the boss casts this ability, Epicenter. If your tanks call out barrier, then it means you need to get under the barrier, which should be big and right under the boss's arse. If there's no barrier and the epicenter isn't interrupted, then everyone needs to run over here and wait for the boss to finish casting epicenter. Then you just need to run back to your natural position. There could be some confusion on whether or not epicenter is indeed going to go off, or if the barrier is off cooldown yet, so pay attention to what your tanks are saying. They should call out whether or not you need to run and where. You got that? Here's a Venn diagram of what you need to remember. Study it like you'd study your girlfriend's naked body so we can move on. Extra healing tips. Bust out the AoE heals during epicenter. If a barrier goes off, you still need to keep everyone up because you will be hit by around 2 or 3 stacks of raid-wide damage. Your priority should be the people below 25% health, because if they get hit by an extra tick, then GG. Phase 2. Boss will run to another corner. So this phase is important, because if you make one wrong move, you could fuck up the rest of the encounter, so it's vital you listen as I explain this particular mechanic. You'll get hit by Wildfire Spark. DBM will likely tell you that too. It means you have 5 seconds to drop the spark, right here, or at least a spot your raid agrees to drop them on beforehand. But make sure you all know where it is. Once you've dropped it, get out of fire, because pretty soon those drop sparks will race towards the boss, and for each one he absorbs, the more powerful he gets. You don't need to worry about that so much, just focus on dropping them in the correct spot every time. Extra healing tips. Whenever the boss gets any stacks of Wildfire Sparks, there will be raid-wide damage, not to mention the retards standing in fire. Whenever the boss gets maximum Wildfire stacks, you'll know because the tank won't have thrown up a barrier. Then get ready to heal in fucking overdrive, son of a bitch, explodey heals all over the place. Keep everyone up. Phase 3. Boss runs to another corner. Ranged DPS and heals need to spread out around the boss. Stand more than 6 yards away from each other. How it works is this: if you get a debuff called Arcane Resonance, and DBM will let you know, then you don't want to be near people. However, providing you have not been hit by Resonance and the boss starts casting this sparkly AoE shit, then you need to move into melee range. Now listen up, 1 to 2 seconds before the boss finishes casting his AoE shit, you need to move back into your natural positions. It's because after the AoE shit, the boss will immediately hit someone with Resonance. And if you're standing next to melee, tanks, healers, and every fucker in the raid, then everyone's going to die. It's all about reaction and timing. Extra healing tips. AoE heals during the boss's AoE shit. Your priority is tanks, because if you lose those, it's an instant wipe. This phase will be intense, so save all your cooldowns and special crap for right now. Let's recap. Phase 1, get under barrier during epicenter, or failing this, run to distant spot. Phase 2, drop Wildfire Spark at pre-designated spot. Phase 3, if ranged or heals, run away when hit by Arcane Resonance, and stack during the AoE shit. If you're watching this anywhere but YouTube, please remember to visit YouTube and check out the rest of my videos. Much more to come, guys. Playlists for all roles, tanking, healing, DPS, every Pandaria raid, all future WoW expansions, Blizzard games, you name it. Subscribe and these videos will come straight to you. Leave comments about alternative strats. Like if you liked the video, dislike it if you disliked it, that's what it's there for. Get out!